Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Greenwich Village Folk Festival. This is our April edition of our monthly concert series. We're here at 7 o'clock each first Sunday of the month, and we're glad you can join us. I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes here and give you some news and updates and greetings and allow everybody to sign on out there. You can find us. If you're already watching us, this is probably irrelevant, but if you want to watch us somewhere else than where you are, you can find us at the Greenwich Village Folk Festival at greenwichvillagefolkfestival.org, and also at facebook.com/GVF2020, and at YouTube. If you just search for the April YouTube concert, you'll find us there. Also, if you just want to listen and not actually watch, or you're not able to watch, we are streaming live on folkmusicnotebook.com. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Easter and a happy Passover, whatever you have been celebrating this month. You may be wondering if there's any hesitation in having a concert on the Easter holiday. And frankly, we try to keep the same date each month, so we just decided to go ahead and have the concert. I do have to tell you, though, that years ago I was playing Folk City on Easter Sunday, and after watching Jesus of Nazareth on TV before going over to the club, I was standing on stage with my electric guitar in front of a five-piece band when the sound man decided to flip the ground switch in the middle of a song and sent a bolt of blue lightning that hit me in the teeth and knocked me into the drum set. And my piano player, who was much more religious than I am, stopped playing and looked up at me and said, "That's what you get." Well, I'm hoping none of that happens tonight. But in any case, if you've been celebrating today or over the past few days over Passover, we wish you the very best of holiday greetings and are glad to have you with us tonight. Now, this evening we have a really stellar lineup, as we usually do, but I'm particularly excited about tonight's show because we had a kind of a concept in mind. My co-producer, Raymond, Micek, and I are the two people who book the music for these events, and we had kind of a concept in mind that we wanted to turn a spotlight onto some of the really fine musicianship that's in the folk scene. And so you'll find tonight a very high caliber of players, I believe, and singers. And ending, I'll tell you who's playing in this order: Adam Traum, Dave Nachmanoff, Raleigh Brown, Mary Flower, Darryl Purpose, Peter Calo, Cosy Sheridan, Kenny White, Guy Davis, and Happy Traum will close out later on. I want to say thanks to a couple of people besides Ray Micek, my co-producer, Jerry Kornbluth, our web designer, also Andrea Klawsky, who handles a lot of our web publicity, Brandon O'Sullivan and Greg Greenway, who are excellent tech guys doing the sound for everybody tonight, our MCs, Ron Olesko and Christine Lavin. I'd also like to just give you a heads up about our May show. We'll be announcing the official lineup soon, but some of the artists that will be here in May include Stella Prince, Josiah Longo of the Slambovian Circus of Dreams, Seth Glyer, Emma's Revolution, Steve Tilson from England, one of the really premier guitar players on the English folk scene, Jack Williams, one of the premier guitar players on the American folk scene, Declan O'Rourke from Ireland, who has a brand new CD coming out, Neshama Karlabach, and the inimitable Chris Matthews, who will be making a return appearance and has a new CD out. Also, I should mention that on May 16, you might want to write this on your calendars, we will have a special Greenwich Village concert, a folk festival concert in conjunction with Sunday Street Concerts to celebrate Bob Dylan's 80th birthday. We're going to have a Dylan Fest, and some of the artists include some people that we'll see, a couple people we'll see tonight, Happy Traum, for example, and Guy Davis. Also Rob Stoner from the original Rolling Thunder Review Band, David Massengill, Cliff Eberhardt, Terry Roche, the Kennedys, Pete and Maura, Freebo and Alice Howe, Greg Greenway will be with us, Josiah from the Slambovians, Rebecca Lobe and Chris Matthews and myself are among some of the artists who will be playing that evening. And last but absolutely not least, I would like to congratulate the state of New York for legalizing weed. As somebody who lived in Greenwich Village for 20-something years, I never saw marijuana. No, just kidding. You may have noticed that our logo is the Washington Square church arch in Washington Square Park, where for many years it would be possible to hear such phrases as, remember, the first one's free, and $2. Well, I don't know if all that will go away now that weed is going to be legal in the state of New York, but as a pioneering neighborhood in the movement towards that, I would like to congratulate all you folks who are actually in Greenwich Village and say, light 'em up, sit back, enjoy the concert. Okay, I think we're about ready to go. I'd like to start off on a good foot by, for the first time, introducing the correct MC tonight. And that, of course, is our own Christine Lavin, who probably needs no introduction, but I'll just say one of our very favorite performers as well as an MC, fantastic songwriter, brilliant artist, and somebody who has, in a positive direction, shaped many people's opportunities and careers throughout the folk music world. So please welcome Christine Lavin.
Thank you, Rod. It's wonderful to be here tonight. And the other MC will be tag teaming it tonight is Ron Olesko from Folk Music Notebook. And I want to say hi to everybody who's listening on Folk Music Notebook. And it's my great pleasure to introduce our first performer. His latest album is called Legacy. It was released in late 2020, and I think anyone who put out a record in 2020 deserves an extra pat on the back because of the pandemic. And his album addresses his family's musical roots, and he's carrying on the family tradition very, very proudly. In fact, his father is going to be closing the concert tonight. He grew up in Woodstock, New York, and he does lessons. If you are a guitar player or a songwriter, tonight you're just going to lose your mind because there's so many talented musicians and songwriters, and some are both, and this is one of them. He now lives in Sonoma, California. So please give a warm welcome to Adam Traum.
Hey everyone, great to be here. I'm delighted to be a part of this, and thanks so much for having me be a part of this. I'm going to kick this off with the title track to my CD, Legacy. I was maybe 4 years old, curled up at my dad's feet. Music swirling in my head, playing me to sleep. My legacy, my legacy. My first guitar was magic, it was never far away. I'd fall asleep strumming, wake up and start to play. My legacy, my legacy. Riding shotgun on a dream, on a highway made of songs. Winding road leading me to the place where I belong. My legacy, my legacy. All the signs are pointing, so I made my choice to stop taking detours and go and find my voice. My legacy, my legacy. Riding shotgun on a dream on a highway made of songs. Winding road leading me to the place where I belong. My legacy, my legacy. As I see my boy get older, I wonder what will take. I hope the songs I'm singing him will keep his compass straight. My legacy, my legacy, my legacy, my legacy, my legacy. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. While I get tuned up here, I'll tell the story of this next song. This was a anniversary song to my wife, Becky, who we were in the middle of a pandemic and in the middle of fires that were burning 3 or 4 miles up the road from us. And I wanted to write a song that felt a little bit hopeful, even though we were going through some tricky times. So this is called "Ash on the Windshield," and I also have to say that we had a ton of the skies were this kind of crazy apocalyptic orange, and it was one of the strangest days. We woke up and it felt like it was midnight on Mars. And hey, it's another great title for a song. And so this is called "Ash on the Windshield." On the windshield, rust in the sky, a scratch in our throats and smoke in our eyes. It's been too damn long since we've seen the sun. It's been too long since we had real fun, but I promise we'll get through. Tough right now, but it's gonna get better. We can pull up stakes and find some fairer weather. It's tough right now, but it's gonna get better. Ain't nothing we can't face if we're together. Down, doing our best, laughing our way through this mess. It's been too long since we had a good night's sleep, digging deep to find my inner peace, but I promise we'll get through. It's tough right now, but it's gonna get better. We can pull up stakes and find some fairer weather. It's tough right now, but it's gonna get better, so much better. Ain't nothing we can't face if we're together. hunkered down, doing our best, laughing our way through this mess. It's been too long since we had a perfect day, where a cool breeze carried us away. It's been too long since we hugged our friends, or had a family meal you wish would never end. But I promise we'll get through. It's tough right now, but it's gonna get better. Ain't nothing we can't face if we're together. It's tough right now, but it's gonna get better, so much better. Ain't nothing we can't face if we're together. Ash on the windshield, rust in the sky. Thanks, everybody. So this next tune here, is off my CD, and it's one of my favorite Stephen Foster songs, and it's called "Beautiful Dreamer." Thanks so much. I think I'm going to end here. With, in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, I'm going to call an audible here. I was going to be playing a different one to close this out, but here's a tune I've been working on, and I think it's apropos for what we're dealing with today. It goes like this. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard a living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown. Everyone telling me don't hang around. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to my brother and I ask him, brother, please. He winds up knocking me back down on my knees. There's been times that I find I couldn't last for long, but I know I've got to carry on. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you, Adam Traum. Wow, that was a great way to start our evening. And for everybody out there, check out Adam's new album, Legacy. And you can also find some very fine videos at homespun.com. And Adam's website is adamtraumguitar.com. Some great music. And we'll be hearing from another Traum a little bit later on the show today. It's going to be a great evening. I'm so glad you're here. Well, I'm Ron Olesko. I'm the director of Folk Music Notebook, and also I do a show on WFDU-FM, and it's such an honor to be here. And I want to wish everybody a happy last night of Passover, happy Easter, happy spring, happy, and we'll see happy later. But anyway, our next performer is a gentleman who calls California home these days. Originally, he's from Virginia. And over the years, he's made music in studios and stages all around the world. He's both an acclaimed songwriter and an incredible guitarist. And when he was only 9 years old, he performed with the legendary Elizabeth Cotten. And the Washington Star gave him a very positive review. I guess that encouraged him because, as many of you may know, he has gone on to well, let's see, he spent 17 years touring with another musical legend, Al Stewart. He's toured and recorded with Al for over 15 years. And Dave has a doctorate in philosophy from the University of California. And he put that degree to good use when he created an album called Spinoza's Dream, a philosophical themed album that also featured a number of Al Stewart's band members. And when not on tour, and I guess during the pandemic, Dave has been busy producing for other artists, teaching master classes around the United States, and also working in his unique niche of writing and recording custom songs. It is indeed an honor to welcome to the Greenwich Village Folk Festival, Dave Nachmanoff.
Horses go down to the water at night, when the moon silhouettes the pelicans' flight, will you promise to meet me by the phosphorus light? In the glow of the midnight sea, in the glow of the midnight sea. salt in the air cuts a trail through the night like a comet aflare. When the dunes in the distance catch a glimpse of your hair. In the glow of the midnight sea, in the glow of the midnight sea. Yes, and far away the steel drum plays, the sound tumbles over the breeze, and the palm trees sway just like dancers in the glow of the midnight sea, in the glow of the midnight sea. Sand, and I feel you respond to the touch of my hand. You're slick as the seals that come up on the land. In the glow of the midnight sea, in the glow of the midnight sea. Yes, and far away the steel drum plays, the sound tumbles over the breeze, and the palm trees sway just like dancers in the glow of the midnight sea, in the glow of the midnight sea. And I wonder how many small diamonds it takes to light up the water like the love that we make, to hold you till morning or whenever you wake. 'Cause you glow like the midnight sea. Yes, you glow like the midnight sea. Right. It's called, surprisingly enough, The Midnight Sea. It was written actually as a prompt from a songwriting group, some friends that I met many years ago at Folks Fest in Colorado. And we stayed in touch, and every now and again somebody'd send out a prompt. And the prompt for that one was When the Horses Go Down to the Water at Night. A few of us wrote songs from it, and they were all very, very different. Well, as Ron mentioned, I do have a sort of dubious background in philosophy. I'm a former academic. And usually I've managed to keep it out of the songs, but every now and again it sneaks in. I finally gave up a couple years ago and did an album that was entirely philosophically themed. So this is the title track from that album. It's called Spinoza's Dream, after one of my favorite philosophers, Benedict Spinoza. And if you've never heard of Benedict Spinoza, Google him, because he was an interesting dude. This is his song. I was Baruch, but now I'm Benedict. They called me heretic, but still I'm blessed. I had a dream, saw it was all the same. Nature and God, two names for everything. But my words, they land in silence, like the snow on the canal. How many years until they hear me and understand the dream I had, and realize the oneness of it all? And in my dream, I saw the evidence of peace and tolerance in every heart. I wrote it down in geometric proof to try to share the truth with one and all. But my words, they land in silence like the snow on the canal. How many years until they hear me and understand the dream I had and realize the oneness of it all? And so I wait and grind my lenses here to try to make things clear, and still I'm blessed. Oh, it's a great honor to be part of this lineup. A lot of wonderful people coming up, and I'm looking forward to hearing everybody. Thanks to Rod for inviting me. One of the things I miss most about playing live in person is the ability to have people singing along, and I miss that a lot, and I'm hoping before too long we can all get back to playing in person and having people sing along again. But I'll just imagine you singing along wherever you are to this next one, because the chorus is pretty easy. It's really just the same line repeated 4 times with a slightly different tune each time. This is called This Is Not What I Expected. This trail of tears at the edge of my horizon, from the corner of my eye, I caught myself off guard, like a harlequin's romance, with such tender expectations, getting past my sleeping sentry with a turn of a friendly card. Oh, but this is not what I expected. Oh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. Ow! Must be a hidden source, but you won't know until you get there, when the word has been revealed and you've peeled away a layer. Oh, it's under every stone in this desert's painted canvas, like a wellspring of love, or a suddenly answered prayer. There we go. Oh, but this is not what I expected. Oh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. And it's 'cause this last one night stand, it's raining hard to beat the band. You hold a rainbow in your hand, and I can only wonder, just stare in wild wonder, listening in the silence, counting seconds till the thunder. This is not what I expected. Oh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. This is not what I expected.
Is that it?
Sorry. That's didn't want over. You know, the first rule of showbiz is always leave them wanting more. So
Oh, Dave.
didn't even take you by surprise.
That was great. Do you also teach guitar?
I don't actually. I have occasionally. I teach songwriting though.
Oh,
Sometimes.
wow.
Yeah.
You're fantastic. And I think your name should be the name of a superhero. Dave Nachmanoff.
My son would love that. Yeah, he's into all that Marvel stuff. So
How old is he?
13.
Oh, does he think you're cool?
No.
Well, we do. So,
Thank you.
and by the way, I Googled Spinoza for those of you who are at home and didn't have a chance to Google. And it says, among philosophers, Spinoza is best known for his Ethics, a monumental work that presents an ethical vision unfolding out of a monistic metaphysics in which God and nature are identified. So there's not enough songs about Spinoza. So
That's what I thought. Yeah.
thank you for bringing that to our attention. It's Dave Manak.
It's easier than you think.
Nachmanoff. Dave
You got it.
Nachmanoff. Great set. Great set.
Thanks,
Well,
Christine.
our next performer has 52 years of experience on the acoustic guitar. And for those of you who were here for the Super Bowl afternoon show that we did, he was an absolute knockout because he did Dave Van Ronk's version. Well, Dave wrote it, and his exact guitar chart for Garden State Stomp. And I actually brought something to show you because in his bio it says he has played everywhere from the Philadelphia Folk Festival all the way to the Tasmanian Folk Festival and many places in between. So now you see on this globe just how far this man's work has taken him over the last 52 years. And for the past 2 decades, he's been a popular teacher and performer at a number of guitar camps, and he does Skype lessons and he does Zoom lessons. And if you are a guitar player or you want to be a guitar player, this could be a life-changing moment for you to hear him. There's really nobody like him, I think, in the world. Please welcome Raleigh Brown.
Hey, thank you, Christine. So I'm going to sing you a little song here. It's based on a true story in the same way that Hollywood movies are based on a true story. In other words, loosely, but... I mostly travel solo. It's a burden I bear. Out alone on the highway, just trying to get somewhere. My wife would love to come with me, but we just talk on the phone. We never travel together, because we can't leave the dog alone. She likes to go on vacation. That's my wife, not the dog. Up the coast to New England, living high on the hog. Well, I could kill for some lobster. My friends think I'm insane, 'cause it's home in the backyard where me and the dog remain. She came with some issues. That's the dog, not my wife. She took a bullet in her young years. She was cut with a knife. They couldn't break her spirit, so they called her a cur. 'Cause if someone got bloody, she made sure it was them, not her. So they gave up on her, left her tied to a tree, where 2 honky-tonk angels picked her up and brought her to me. Well, she checked me over. I guess she thought I would do. And I made her a promise that from then on her hard times were through. She's got one ear that's tattered, and there's a scar on her jaw. And it's best not to cross her, or she'll lay down the law. She's a perfect companion for an old dog like me, and I try to live up to man she hoped I would be. She's a perfect companion for an old dog like me.
Oh.
Thank you. So for many years before the pandemic, I did a Sunday morning music thing where I'd just turn on the camera, and not a live one, but I would just record something and put it up. And sometimes I would just improvise something, and then I'd say, oh, that was pretty good, and I'd go back and learn it and kind of massage it into a decent piece of music. And I hope I did that with this one. And it was originally called Salvo e Pepe, but my friend Ann Mintz loved it so much that I changed the name, and now it's called Salvo and Ann Mintz. Thank you. So that's Salvo and Ann Mintz. I hope Ann's listening here tonight. She might be. And I'm going to do one more for you. And I really enjoyed both sets I've heard so far, beginning this. And I know since some of my friends are later down the line, I'm going to enjoy them. I appreciated Adam's song for his wife, and it's been a real hard year for a lot of us. I think a real tough time in our lives, and I'm no exception. It's been a rough one. So I wrote this song. I've been doing online concerts. I do 4 Facebook concerts a week. And I've developed a kind of little bunch of friends who always show up and they chat with each other. And it's the closest thing to a social life I've had for the last year. And I kind of wrote this for them. So, Cosy Sheridan gets an asterisk here. She didn't want to co-write, but she helped me a lot with it. So. light in the east as the new day begins, and I search for some wisdom to embrace. I have sat in this chair with my head in my hands and prayed for a moment of grace. And the days ramble on in their fanciful ways, as they did when I was in my prime. But as I look ahead, there's an ominous haze and the unyielding passage of time. So dear friends, gather round me, share in the running of the race. Your goodwill will surround me as we cherish these moments of grace. I can live in this refuge and fend off despair with my dog, my music, and my friends. And my heart reaches out as you're joining me there to embrace each moment till it ends. So dear friends, gather round me, share in the running of the race. Your goodwill will surround me as we cherish these moments of grace. Share the love, share the pain. Miles apart we stand together in these days till we meet face to face. So dear friends, gather around me, sharing the running of the race. Your goodwill will surround me as we cherish these moments of grace. There's a light in the east as the new day begins.
Thank you, Raleigh. What a great song. Oh, touched my heart. You haven't recorded that yet, have you?
No, I just wrote it.
Oh, get that out there. I want to play it on the radio.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Thanks, Raleigh. Raleigh Brown. Hey, and everybody out there, check out his website too. It's kind of a blog and a website. Some really interesting things on there. RaleighGuitar.wordpress.com. Well, what a great evening this has been so far, and there's still so much more to come. Happy Traum, Guy Davis, Kenny White, Cosy Sheridan, Peter Calo, Darryl Purpose, and in just a second or two, Mary Flower. But before we bring Mary on, I do want to remind everybody that this is a free concert. However, there is a tip jar. You can go to greenwichvillagefolkfestival.org to make a donation. This is a 501c3 organization. It was founded back in 1987. For many years, the Greenwich Village Folk Festival held an actual festival in Greenwich Village from 87 to 94. The original festival was founded by Rod MacDonald, Ray Micek, Jay Rosen, and Jerry Hinson. And they brought it back in 2020 during the pandemic, and it's been a delight every first Sunday of the month. And I'm so honored to be part of this too, along with Christine, to go MC and see so many of my favorites. So anyway, remember that website. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, I'm sure it's in the chat section, right over there. You can click on that and help keep this going and help support all the artists as well. especially during this pandemic. It's not over yet, folks. We're getting closer. We still got a ways to go. Well, our next performer, I am so delighted to introduce her. I first heard her when I received one of her recordings a number of years ago, and I was blown away by the artistry that I was hearing. But I didn't get a chance to see her perform until a couple of years ago at the Old Songs Festival in Altamont, New York. And then I was completely taken away by the full range and power of her performance. She has received many awards and recognitions over the years for her guitar prowess, and she's highly regarded for her finger picking and lap style guitar. She's also a master of the challenging Piedmont style guitar. And her music, well, it embraces the roots of folk and blues. She's recorded 10 albums that showcase her outstanding diversity of roots music. She's a Midwest native originally. She transplanted herself to the vibrant Portland, Oregon music scene, but she also spent some time in Denver, where she helped develop the Swallow Hill Music School curriculum. She was also a founding member of the acclaimed group, the Mother Folkers. Got to be careful how I say that. It was formed back in 1973 by several outstanding women artists in the Denver area, and the group continues to perform. Well, Mary has graced some of the most prestigious stages, both here and abroad, places like Merlefest, Kerrville, the Vancouver Folk Festival, Prairie Home Companion, and much, much more. It is indeed an honor to welcome to the Greenwich Village Folk Festival tonight, Mary Flower.
So much, Ron. I better be good, huh? After that introduction. It's so nice to see all these old friends and new friends, and it is definitely a cavalcade of stars tonight, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And I'll do you a tune that came from this crazy last year that we've all experienced, and I call this one Pandemic Pickin'. midst of all this craziness, I wrote this little blues tune, and I've really gotten much more optimistic since I wrote this, so things are better. Spring has sprung here in Portland, Oregon, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I've had 2 shots, so I'm happy. I'm very happy. Superhuman almost. So anyway, I don't know what I call this one. Well, we'll just see. I'll call it the Isolation Blues for now. I'm just sitting here thinking about what I don't have to do, where I don't have to go, why I don't have to be with you. I'm just sitting here thinking how I followed all the rules. It's an undesirous virus, got those lockdown, masked up, isolation blues. Yes, I do. In a dark room, I'm drinking dark beer and I'm praying on my rosary, having impure thoughts about the mailman and the guy who delivers my groceries. Yeah, that's right. Just sitting here thinking how I followed all the rules. You got to stop it with the droplets. Got those masked up isolation blues. Yes, I do. In my solitude, I am wiping with the Cloroxes. On my laptop, all my friends, just like tonight, they live in tiny boxes. On my walk, I cross the street to be 6 feet away from you. Yes, I do. I must insist upon the distance, got those lockdown, masked up, isolation blues. Yes, I do.
Go, Mary.
Thank you. All right. And that's the truth. All right, I'm going to pick up a different instrument here. This is an old square neck Gibson. I'm going to play on my lap. It's called a HG2, I guess, for Hawaiian guitar. I'm not going to play any Hawaiian music, but I'm going to play some slide music. Well, you know what I look like, so I'm going to chop my head off here so you can watch my hands. 6 white horses in a line. 6 white horses in a line. 6 white horses in a line now. Carry me to my burying ground. One kind favor I'll ask of you. One kind favor I'll ask of you. One kind favor, yes, I'll ask of you. Oh, please see that my grave is kept clean.
Wow.
Thank you. Hey, I just want to say thanks to all the people that put this together. It takes a village, and it's really great to meet Greg and Brandon, and see Rod again, and Ron Olesko. Thank you all so much for what you did to put this giant concert together. I so appreciate it.
Wow. That's Mary Flower. And if you'd like to hear more from her, you can go to maryflower.com. She's in Oregon, but of course she's online all the time like everybody else. And we want to thank all of you who've sent donations already. It gets split equally among all of the performers tonight, and we really, really appreciate it. This is our grocery money that you're donating, and we really need it. So thank you, thank you. Our next performer is Darryl Purpose, and he's probably the only one here tonight who can say that he prepared for his music career by playing blackjack, and he got really, really good at it. In 2010, he was inducted into the Blackjack Hall of Fame. That's how good he got at it. In 2012, Darryl recorded his first CD of original songs in over 10 years, and it's called Next Time Around. It was produced by Billy Crockett for the Blue Rock label in Wimberley, Texas, which is just one of the most amazing places a performer or songwriter or guitarist could ever hope to record an album with Billy Crockett. So keep that on your bucket list, everybody. With no formal radio promotion, the CD spent 5 weeks at #1 on the Roots Music Report folk chart for national radio airplay. All the way from Colorado, please welcome Darryl Purpose.
Thank you, Christine. It's so good to see you. So many friends here. Yeah. I'm going to do a couple songs that I wrote with the great Paul Zolo. This one is the first song on that record, that Next Time Around record. And it's called Dreams of Life. Gloria works at the House of Pancakes in the tambourine heart of Vallejo. She stashes her tips in a red coffee can. Near a photograph of Galileo. Galileo, she dreams of the fountain of youth. Galileo, in prison for telling the truth. She dreams of life, Galileo. Now Hector hides shotguns and ammunition in the trunk of his mother's Camaro. Somehow he got sprung after 36 months of hard time at a Atascadero. Atascadero, waiting for the mystery train. Atascadero, hanging with the criminally insane. He dreams of life in Atascadero. Dreams of life. Dreams of life. All of our days only dreams of life. Dreams of life. At noon, Senor Moon runs a victory lap. His cowboy hat and blue tuxedo, with sand in his boots from the beach where he sleeps, just outside of Escondido. Escondido, city of slippery slopes. Escondido, shadowland of shattered hopes. He dreams of life in Escondido. Dreams of life. Dreams of life. All of our days only dreams of life. Heading south on 395 past Temecula to Tijuana. Took a turn at the corner of Staying Alive in a coat she bought with marijuana, just to drown out sirens and car alarms, just to drown out the squalor and the suburban sprawl, just to fall back in somebody's arms, just to drown, just to fall, just to drown, just to fall. Now Eleanor dreams of escaping New Jersey to run with the bulls at Pamplona, in a strawberry robe in the dishwater dusk. Settle for Arizona. Arizona, survive from the ice and the cold. Arizona, sun shining like Cuervo gold. She dreams of life in Arizona. Our days only dreams of life. All of our days only dreams of life. Dreams of life. Very much. Christine, is your mic still on? Are you still chatting with me here?
Well, I just want to listen to you. But if you have a question, you can ask.
Right, no, I heard that you just released your 25th album. Is that possible?
Yeah. Who's counting?
It's amazing. It's awesome.
Thank you, Darryl. It's not about me though right now. It's about you.
Okay. I thought we were chatting maybe, but all right. I'll play another song then. This is another song that I co-wrote with Paul Zolo. Paul, I don't know if you guys know about Paul, but he wrote the book. He's responsible for the book Songwriters on Songwriting, which is the one book that you kind of have to have on your coffee table if you're a songwriter. And he started out. He went to L.A. some years ago and started working with the National Academy of Songwriters. They had a little pamphlet that they put out monthly, a little news thing, and he thought, well, it would be cool to, interview some of the songwriters that are there in Los Angeles. So he asked if he could do an interview with some of the songwriters and put it in this little magazine. And they said, sure. So who did he ask? He first asked Frank Zappa. And he said yes. And then he asked Randy Newman. And he said yes. So everybody wanted to talk to Paul because all he wanted to talk about was songwriting. And he would learn these people's repertoires better than they knew them. And he would talk to everybody: Paul Simon, Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell. So how lucky am I to be able to write songs with this guy? And this is a new one that we wrote together. I think this is kind of officially the first time it's been played. Paul wrote this lyric based on Robert Hilburn's biography of Johnny Cash. And it's from the voice of Johnny Cash in his later years. And just because I can, I'm going to spray some and make my throat all smooth and velvety for you. There we go. So this is called the Song of Crows, and this will be my last song. Every day I yearn for you as I survey these hills and burn for you like lightning burns up this handful of pills. If I could find my 44, I'd bust out of this town just to meet you in El Paso, love, before the sun goes down. You know, I've always kept a real close watch on this old heart of mine, but my first kiss on your lips was sweet as any wine. And you kept singing crazy, just like Patsy Cline. And you know I loved you then and there as I walked the line. Sometimes I disappear into fields of goldenrod, where the hallelujah wind blows. Sometimes I think I hear the voice of God in the Song of Crows. Last night I had the sweetest dream of you in angel wings, and all the kids were still just kids back home in Casita Springs. My old voice was young and strong, with hunger and desire, just to be back home where we belong, inside our ring of fire. Farmhouse sundown chickens, the roosters keeping warm, and the old coyotes howling all through the thunderstorm. Still I see your sweet eyes smiling through the falling rain, the deliver me from gravity to ride the midnight train. Sometimes I disappear into fields goldenrod, where the hallelujah wind blows. Sometimes I think I hear the voice of God in the song of crows. Now I'm nearing my journey's end, but I'm stuck here in the snow. This old jalopy's broken down. It's time to let her go. Now I've been around this planet more times than I wanted to. Now I'm frozen in these bones, just dying to be with you, June. Dying to be with you. Sometimes I disappear into fields of goldenrod, where the hallelujah wind blows. Sometimes I think I hear the voice of God in the song of crows. In the song of crows. Very much. Thank you to Rod MacDonald for inviting me to be here today. Thank you, Christine, and all my friends. Hello.
Thank you, Darryl. Hey, Darryl, I just wanted to mention that was a great new song, but I also want to congratulate you on the latest single that you released. You do one of the most amazing versions of Dave Carter's Gentle Arms of Eden that I've ever heard. I was so moved the first time I heard that, and I've been playing it on the radio. And what made you record that song? What spurred that?
Well, yeah, well, thank you so much, Ron. You know, I said to Tracy Grammer, I said, this song sings itself. And she said, well, no, it doesn't.
Well, you do a great job. And I hope everybody watching tonight will go to your website, darrylpurpose.com. I know you have that song and all your great music. Just an incredible songwriter who I've loved so many years. So great to see you tonight.
Nice to see you too, Ron.
Well, that was Darryl Purpose. And, you know, we've been having a great time here tonight. And I am just so blown away by all the incredible artistry we're seeing. You know, I can't play an instrument. I tried playing the fiddle when I was in high school, but to watch all these amazing guitarists and incredible songwriters, it's just such a thrill. And I hope everybody who's watching tonight will be enjoying it and put a little something in the tip jar. All these folks have to eat, you know, so help us out during this pandemic. And, you know, the Greenwich Village Folk Festival will continue being here for you each month. First Sunday of the month, mark your calendars. And also May 16th, a special edition for Bob Dylan's birthday. That'll be fun. Well, you know, this next performer, now some of you may not be familiar with him, but you've probably seen him or heard his work. He was a guitarist for the Showtime series Ray Donovan. He was also guitarist for the Tony and Grammy Broadway and film production of Hairspray. Excuse me, Hairspray. I got something in my throat. He was also the musical director for the PBS special Jimmy Webb Live from the Cape. He's recorded and produced the work of numerous other artists, including his work with Carly Simon, with whom he contributed music to the audio release of her autobiography. Now, his own music has also earned him a loyal following and critical acclaim. He's originally from Canada, but he grew up with a love for classical music, instilled by his father's love for the genre. And when he first moved to Boston, believe it or not, he found himself performing in a funk band. He eventually connected with other great musicians, including Carly Simon. And over the years, he's worked with a diverse and expansive list of artists, and has also produced his own exceptional work. In fact, his most recent album called Time Machine, it went to the number 9 slot for top album of the alternative album charts. Today, he lives in Westchester County, where he continues to create outstanding music, both as a solo artist and collaborating with many other extraordinary artists. And tonight we get to hear him. Please welcome Peter Calo.
Hey, happy to be here, honored to be part of this Easter installment of the Greenwich Village Folk Festival. Thank you for inviting me. I'm Peter Calo, and I'm going to start with a song that was inspired by conversations with my youngest daughter. I have 3 daughters, and this is a song about the marvels of elephants. It's called Elephants Never Forget.
There the elephant goes, gentle and slow, with all she knows, with her baby behind, following wherever she goes. On a journey she takes to find a place of her loved one's remains. It's a year since she's gone, but the memory's strong. There's a tear in her eye, because an elephant never forgets. They're as loyal as it gets. You can always be better than faithful friend. When 2 new friends meet, a tender touch of the trunk, a lifetime bond is complete. Let nothing stand in the way. It's safe to say, stay out of the fray, because an elephant never forgets. They're as loyal as it gets. You can always depend to the end on this magnificent friend. La 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 Where does an elephant grow when they finally grow old? To a place no one knows. Without the elephant here, what kind of world would this be? What kind of people are we? There goes the mighty elephant. Take a bow, you know you're heaven sent. There's no rush with you, brood, you're so content. Just look at them play, stay out of the way. Whoa, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Everybody at home, sing along. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, this is one of my quarantine songs written during this very unique time. And of course, I had my quarantine accident. I'm sure everyone has had one of those. So when I was sitting on my bed, just kind of jamming along, this kind of Irish sounding lick kind of came around. So I went with it. This is called Tomorrow's a Gift. I've been traveling all night long just to find my way back home. On a journey far too long to left me standing all alone. I have dug too many graves for the friends that I have lost. Some I've loved, at times we fought, but in the end always a hug. Yes, in the end always a hug. Times have changed, where are you now? Your smile I'll always miss. No one's promised anything. That's how it all begins. So while you're here, no time to waste. There's only time to live. 'Cause no one's promised anything. Tomorrow is a gift. Hey. I sing a song for all my friends who couldn't be it here tonight. We'll laugh and sing and share this time, tell a joke and down a pint. There's always stories to be told of the glories of days old. The what-ifs and the could-haves, all the tales that stand so tall. Make us laugh until we fall. Times have changed, where are you now? Your smile I'll always miss. 'Cause no one's promised anything. That's how it all begins. So while you're here, no time to waste. There's only life to live. 'Cause no one's promised anything. And tomorrow is a gift. Times have changed, where are you now? Your smile I'll always miss. 'Cause no one's promised anything. That's how it all begins. So while you're here, no time to waste. There's only life to live. 'Cause no one's promised anything. And tomorrow is a gift. Hey, hey.
Wow.
I'm going to do one more song here, and I want to thank. This is a song that was written when my first daughter was being born. That's when it was the seed was started. And my friend Gordon Bahari made a lovely video of this song. So if you have a chance to get on YouTube and check it out. The song is called Every Ordinary Day, and it's also featured in a new film called Extra Innings, which deals with baseball and some serious matters. This is called Every Ordinary Day, and I want to thank all the people at Greenwich Village Folk Fest for having me along. This is amazing. So many great songs tonight. This is a true joy. This is called Every Ordinary Day.
I heard the birds today before I saw the light. A seamless serenade as darkness fades from night. Dawn takes control of my very soul. I sit gazing. I saw the light arrive and chase the gray away. And now the sun comes up and nighttime fades to day. Blue outruns the gray as nighttime fades away. Truly amazing. Every ordinary day has a miracle contained. Snapshot of your life, it's a memory you hold tight. Every ordinary life sets a spot that shines a light on the dreams you have inside. But make no ordinary life and no ordinary day. The words I heard today, they took me by surprise. You turned around and I could see by your eyes a look that I knew, something I'd never seen before from you. You sat me down and in a moment it was clear. You broke the news as we both sat so near and talked about the birth of a child of earth. Every ordinary day has a miracle contained. Snapshot of your life, it's a memory you hold tight. Every ordinary life sets a spot that shines a light on the dreams you have inside. And may no ordinary life. Dawn of the day brings a new life. Night's always there, so is light. Nothing's the same, change all the time. Gonna join us now, as love shines on us. Love shines bright on an ordinary day with a miracle contained. Snapshot of your life, it's a memory you hold tight. Every ordinary life, there is day as there is night. There is good and there is bad. Make you laugh, can make you sad. On any ordinary day. And did you see the sunset tonight? Through the trees, soft golden light. And now I'm looking on a field with a red moon rising. Every ordinary day has a miracle contained. Snapshot of your life, some memory you hold tight. Every ordinary life sets a spot that shines a light on the dreams you have inside. May no ordinary life.
Thank you.
Oh, Peter, that was just absolutely wonderful. And I have a question for you. The film that you talked about, Extra Innings, is there a place where people can see it online, or is it in movie theaters?
Yeah, you can definitely go on Amazon. All the live streams will have it, but definitely Amazon Prime if you're a member.
And also, I wanted to ask you if you knew Irvin Drake, the songwriter, when he was alive. He wrote "It Was a Very Good Year" and
Of course.
that guy, and Good Morning Heartache. But he also was the father of daughters, and he wrote a song called Father of Daughters. And he says, when you're the father of sons, you worry, but when you're the father of daughters, you pray.
And Paul Simon has a beautiful song called Father and Daughter, which is an amazing song. It's
Well, it's great to see you and to hear you. And for people out there who've been to many Broadway shows, you always wonder, what do those people look like in the pit who are playing? Well, this is what they look like.
well,
They're better looking.
I've only done one show, but it was a good one.
Was that Hairspray?
That was Hairspray.
Do you know Susie Mosier?
No, I don't.
Oh, she was in one of the casts on Broadway, and she raves about the experience.
It was an amazing experience. I lucked out.
Yeah. Well, it's so great to hear you. Thank you so much.
Great to be part of this. Thank you. Thanks, Rod.
So for those of you who've just tuned in, that was Peter Calo, and before him, we heard Darryl Purpose from Colorado, Mary Flower from Portland, Oregon, all live, Raleigh Brown from, I think he's in upstate New York, Dave Nachmanoff, I'm not sure where he is, and Adam Traum, who's in Sonoma, California. Now, our next performer is Cosy Sheridan, and she's probably the only person here tonight who has played Carnegie Hall, the Cowgirl Hall of Fame, and the Jerry Lewis Telethon. That's quite an accomplishment. She teaches classes in songwriting, performance, and guitar at workshops and adult camps all across the country. And she first came to everyone's attention in 1992 because she won both the Kerrville Folk Festival Songwriting Contest and the Telluride Bluegrass Festival that year. And she has been on the road ever since. This is what the Chicago Examiner has said about her. You can't make it into double digits and continue touring for 20 years or so unless you know what you're doing and do it well. So it's official. She's doing it and doing it very well. She's backed by her bass player husband, Charlie Koch. And I think this is so romantic. They met in a songwriting class that she was teaching. And at the end of the class, she gave him a CD and he gave her a kiss. And the rest is history. She's the director of the Moab Folk Camp in Moab, Utah. And she and Charlie live in Harrisville, New Hampshire? Is that where you live? Or is that Nevada? Well, anyway, her latest album is based on, the title song is called My Fence and My Neighbor, which is one of the best songs I've ever heard. And earlier today, this morning, she and Charlie went online and recorded a song for everybody. And when I saw it, it had 36 views. So I don't know how many it's had by now, but she's constantly working and doing, and we're just thrilled that she's here. Please welcome Charlie Koch and Cosy Sheridan.
Thank you, Christine. Hi, everybody. Well, we're delighted to be here. What a lineup. Wow. It's just some beautiful music happening tonight, and we're just really glad to be part of it. When the neighbor first moved in, I'm the one who built the fence, and I'm the kind who can hold out her hand if I know my line of defense. And we are living in interesting times, and the sky falls every day. And I used to think my fence could make the world go away. But this morning all I know is I wanna fall down and cry. This morning I don't need my fence, I need my neighbor on the other side. I've seen my neighbor with her children in the morning, driving them to school. And I've seen her play a game in the driveway. She knows how to sit and bend a rule. And I don't know that much about her, but I dropped in and we talked at her store. And each time I come away wanting to know a little bit more. And this morning all I know is I want to fall down and cry. This morning I don't need my fence, I need my neighbor on the other side. And I'm not the first one to a protest, and I am the last one with a sign. And I mostly want to be left in peace to make my pretty designs. And I don't know from trade agreements, and I don't understand all I hear. But I wasn't certain when the neighbors moved in, and now I am glad they are here. And this morning all I know is I want to fall down and cry. This morning I don't need my fence, I need my neighbor on the other side. Thanks. So Christine was saying she thought maybe I lived in Nevada because I introduced Christine when she came to one of our headliners at the Moab Folk Festival probably 15 years ago. It was a while ago. I see that picture every once in a while. It shows up online on the internet coughs it up, and I look at it and I think, wow, I wish I still had those pants. It's a picture of me being the MC, but I had pants I loved. So this evening, for the first time, guys, I'm playing without my thumb pick. I usually have it, and I thought, well, I'll just try tonight. But I have it nearby. However, for ukulele, I don't need it. So during the pandemic, I want to give a little shout out. I learned to play ukulele from James Hill. He has this fabulous website, if you want to learn how to play ukulele, called Ukatropolis. And I can't recommend it highly enough. He's an awesome ukulele player, but he's also a very good teacher. And he makes it very affordable. So I've spent much of the pandemic learning to play this beautiful ukulele that Charlie gave me years ago for my birthday. It's a Wayne Henderson, who's another amazing guitarist. And I write totally different songs on the ukulele, and I'm kind of into that. So this is a little song I wrote last summer when I was sitting out in my garden and trying to work on, like everybody, how do we get through the pandemic? Ready, Charlie?
Yep.
By the way, this is Charlie. Charlie, do you want to speak?
Hi, everybody.
Awesome. Okay. All you gotta do is be happy. Happy's gonna get you by. Better not to make it a project. Happy isn't something you try. Oh, all you gotta know is it will come and go. It wasn't designed to stay. All you gotta do is be happy. Just some part of your day. All you gotta do is be happy with the moment as it arrives. Happy isn't looking for a medal, it's just happy to be alive. But don't hold too tight, that's not what he likes, and then he gets hard to find. Happy doesn't really like Mondays, but he's trying to change his mind. He's gonna hang around, putter out in the yard. He's gonna let you down if you expect him to work too hard. 'Cause happy, it's kinda like breathing and kinda like the Gordian knot. If all you wanna do is be happy, pretty soon you're not. Oh, all you gotta do is be happy. Happy's gonna get you by. We're Happy Traum. That would be a different sort of sounding song. I just thought of it when I was playing it. So we want to thank you. We want to thank Rod and Christine and Ron and everybody who invited us to be here. It's really it's an honor and a pleasure, and so thank you. I'm going to do one more song, and like many of us, I've been writing songs during the pandemic, and they're not all songs that I expected to write. And this last one that I'm going to do is quite new, but it showed up so quickly in a day, and as everyone here probably would say, not all songs show up that way. So I'm really quite. It feels like a little gold nugget. I wrote this for my previous partner, T.R. Ritchie, who I lived with in Moab, Utah for 20 years. And but I also sent it out to a lot of other songwriters that we have lost. We have lost a lot of songwriters in this pandemic and in the years before it. We're always losing songwriters. And I can think of some just awesomely cool songwriters who are no longer on the planet. And I might not have gotten along with all of them at a campfire, but they were all awesome songwriters. And that's sort of part of what this song is talking about. And when we go, who keeps our songs going? If we have achieved some level of fame, then our songs just live on. But if not, it's sort of up to our friends to keep our music alive. And I sort of taken it on as one of my responsibilities is to keep some of TR's music alive. And so every year around his birthday, which is the end of December, we do a live stream, and we did some of his songs on our live stream. So I just remembered, and I was singing his old songs again. And then this song just showed up a few weeks later, sort of as a little gift. Well, let us say I woke up this morning to find myself in a brand new life. 10 years ago, I would never have believed that I'd wake up someone else's happy wife, and that you would not be out there in the kitchen making coffee and talking to the cat. Everything turns on the moment. Come on back from the dead and say, hey, I wrote that. Yeah, come on back and tell us your story. Fall out of heaven with a perfect rhyme. Come on back and claim the words that I stole from your song. They're worth stealing. It's a really good line. I wonder how it all worked out. How in the moment you just can't see. How the cat and the porch and the whole damn life are setting you up to set you free. It was like getting on a ride at a summer fair that goes up and down and too fast around the bend. I never got in those lines, 'cause I am not the kind who wants to be screaming at the end. So come on back and tell us your story and fall out of heaven with a perfect rhyme. Come on back and claim the words I stole from your song. They're worth stealing. It's a really good line. Every life is a bit unfinished, and some business will get deferred. And some of us are just born with the knack for the economy of the word. So come on back and tell us your story and fall out of heaven with a perfect rhyme. Come on back and claim the words I stole from your song. They're worth stealing. It's a really good stole from your song. They're worth stealing. It's a really good line. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Cosy and Charlie. That was great. Hey, have you recorded that song yet? That's a new one, right?
It is new. No, I'm working on an album of my pandemic songs, like a lot of us. So
Right. Oh, we need music now. And speaking of needing music, you two are still doing Tuesdays with Cosy and Charlie?
yeah, oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, we do every Tuesday morning at 10:30 on my Facebook page. We do a half-hour little live stream, and like Raleigh, we're just so grateful to have some sense of community. So that's why we just show up and we chat with each other and sing a few songs.
And at 10:30 in the morning. More power to you.
Well, I thought
Tuesday too.
It was what I chose the first time. I just thought, well, I'll see what happens. I turned it on. I'd never done it. It was 10:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. So I thought, well, that's what we'll do it.
There we go. Well, good to see you. We'll be looking for you there too.
Thank
Cosy Sheridan, Charlie Coach, it's so great to see you both here tonight at the Greenwich Village Folk Festival. And it's so great to see all of you out there tonight. I hope you're enjoying this great music. Still to come is Happy Traum and Guy Davis. And in just a few minutes, Mr. Kenny White. Another reminder, this is a free festival. It's the gift to the community, this Greenwich Village Folk Festival. But there is a tip jar, and you can go to greenwichvillagefolkfestival.org and make a donation. You know, a couple of bucks goes a long way. Everybody out there who's watching and listening right now, if you can throw a couple bucks in that tip jar, it helps all of these performers, and it helps keep this wonderful festival going. It's a 501c3 nonprofit, so you're doing some good, because if you've been watching any of these shows, you know what an incredible lineup there is each month. And if you've missed some of the previous shows, there's a YouTube page for Greenwich Village Folk Festival. You can catch up to them, and it's just an incredible. This is, 100 years from now, when all of us are gone, they're going to watch these videos and get a real great picture of what the singer, songwriter, and folk community of 2021 was all about. So help support it and help keep us going. Well, our next performer, it's pretty likely that you probably first saw him as a supporting act for others. Now, prior to this pandemic, he was the opener for Stephen Stills and Judy Collins on their tour. He began his career actually back in the early 70s as the keyboard player for Jonathan Edwards and later Livingston Taylor and Linda Ronstadt. And for many years, he has toured with Cheryl Wheeler. He was born in New York City, but he grew up Fort Lee, New Jersey, not too far from where I live. And today he lives in the city, and he's been a fixture in the New York studio scene, where he's produced and arranged hundreds of TV and radio commercials, and also work in film. And he still found time to perform with others, but it took until 2001 before Kenny finally made his own album. And it really showcased the depth of his songs, the witty lyrics that earned him comparisons to people like Leonard Cohen and Randy Newman, and songs that alternately make us laugh and tug at our heartstrings. His most recent album, it's called Long List of Priors, and I highly recommend it as a go-to album whenever you need a lift. It's an honor to introduce Kenny White.
Thank you, Ron. Lovely lineup, lovely and talented lineup. I appreciate it. If I had known people were going to be listening to this show in 100 years, I probably would have picked different songs, but I got what I got. Until you learn to give your heart away, the moon's just something big that hangs above the bay. You won't even notice if it's not there one day, until you learn to give your heart away. until you learn to give your heart away. A song is just some pretty words, a melody you play, and comfort is a bottle in some all-night cafe, until you learn to give your heart away. Until you learn to give your heart away. Love will be a visitor, just a guest that couldn't stay. And the mysteries of tomorrow, scenes from yesterday, until you learn to give your heart away. Until you learn to give your heart away. See some familiar faces too. It's very. Here's a song I'm going to play from my latest record, which Ron mentioned. Long List of Priors is the name. I'm trying to fit 3 songs in, and I don't write songs that fit into 15 minutes, so I'm going to cut out the talking, even though I have a year's worth of pandemic quips and jokes. You're just going to have to wait. This one came about when I was spending too much time on the internet, which is pretty much all the time, and it's called Cyberspace. I learned about a wedding crashed by rebels in New Delhi. I learned about a guy who stashed 3 kilos in his belly. I learned Amelia Earhart may in fact still be alive, and that killer bees in Sicily are learning how to drive. I learned my friends are two-dimensional, every secret written. You don't need to tap their phones, there's nothing left that's hidden. I learned that cats are cute, lest you happen to be a mouse. I learned it only takes a suit to be elected to the House. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch, so goes humanity. I learned the world's a lovely mystery, I'm glad to tag along. As soon as someone's sure they're right, that's when I'm sure they're wrong. I learned that it's a better thing to build a bridge than burn it. I learned that people taught to turn the other cheek won't turn it, and that evidence and science, now at that we thumb our noses. The mention of a dying earth, the conversation closes, but pitchforks and streets of gold, that we're gonna swallow. Well, I learned not to judge, but pardon me if I don't follow. You can spend half your life tossing hopes into the air. 2 hands engaged in labor do more than 1,000 clasped in prayer. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch, so goes humanity. Well, I learned that looking good may have a lot to do with lighting. I learned about a war or two we had no business fighting. I learned the highest judges in the land can still be bought. I learned if you play footsie with the next stall, you'll be caught. And that you can repent once, but the second time you're toast. I learned the ones most guilty are the ones that yell the most. I learned that people cite the Constitution till they're blue, when the only amendment that they know is number 2. Some try to save the unborn through their righteous megaphone, but God help you after the first breath you take on your own. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. Here's to the human race and all of its vanity. I learned that people swallow metal things more often than I'd guess. I learned that less is more, and that I'm sure of more or less. I learned that even when you think you are, you're not alone. I learned that Walmart shoppers are a breed unto their own. I learned that music I detest has other people smitten. The only time I have agreed, worst lyric ever written. Horse with no name, plants and birds and rocks and things. Well, I learned the body politic is now severely broken. I learned the best opinions are the ones that stay unspoken. Still, I sing this song to you despite my own advice. Believe me, soon it will be over and I'll sing something nice. I learned we got a stack of bills and nothing left to pay 'em. No more things to say and now 100 ways to say 'em. And I learned all this in an hour here at Laptop College. So much information and so little knowledge. I learned we need to make time for our husbands and our wives, and that we're drifting far from what's important in our lives. Not you and me, I'll make your motor run, don't you ever doubt it. But baby, hurry up and come so I can tweet about it. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch. Yeah, I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch, so goes humanity. First time I playing my song since last summer. Funny, they all sound new. I'll play one more for you. I want to thank Rod for inviting me here tonight, and Rod, Ray, Ron, Reg. All your help. Adam, my engineer, and Christine, always good to see you. Christine Lavin, the most unselfish and generous person I've ever met. And for a musician, that's saying something. Thanks a lot for inviting me. It's been a joy, and I hope to see you again somewhere along the line out there. I will be in Harrisville. Somebody said Harrisville, New Hampshire. Was that you, Cosy? I think so. I think I'll be there in August with Cheryl Wheeler. So that may be the first gig back. I've never heard of Harrisville, but I trust it's a beautiful place. Anyway, I'm coming to you from Brooklyn, New York. I lived in Greenwich Village for a lot of years, and I seem to be the only one anywhere near it right now, so I'm happy to carry that honor. I'm going to leave you with this one. If you've lost anyone over the past year or any time before or after, this song's for you. It's called The Other Shore. There's a time, early evening, the city shows its mercy. Lines are cast through the river glass as the sun sinks into Jersey. And on my left, the faded prince, about the torch of liberty. On my right, the faded prince of where he stood so near to me. Through window panes as thin as prayer, you can hear the peals of thunder. And I've spent hours sitting there, confusing love with hunger. Today my longing knows no limits. I'm held by what I cannot hold. Stay with me for just these few more minutes and keep me from the cold. Soon the car will come and take you, and I will have to let go. For just one more chance to make you laugh, I'd give the world, you know. I have not always shown my best. I've wounded those I most adore. But all is well, safely rest. I will meet you on the other shore.
Oh, Kenny, I just want to just make a personal note here for something that you did. There's been 150,000 meals that have been delivered to an upstate town in upstate New York. My brother Christopher has been very important in the fundraising. And a year ago, Red Grammer and Kenny White let them use a recording of theirs to make a video about their work, which has raised so much money to keep this feeding program going. And I just want you to know, my brother Christopher is receiving an honorary doctorate at the commencement of, I get choked up when I think about Hobart and William Smith College next month. And Red and Kenny's song did so much to help with their fundraising. So I just, but I just want to thank you, Kenny, for all that you've done during the pandemic. And I can't wait to hear your jokes.
I'm real happy to hear that, Christine, because all I thought I have done was lie in my bed. Yes, I'm very happy to have contributed to that. And Christopher, congratulations. That's an honor. Someday I would like to get an honorary doctorate, or at least get my second year of college.
You can hear more of Kenny at kennywhite.net. And your music is just fantastic. That song, 100 years from now, they're going to want to hear your song about the internet. Who knows where we'll be 100 years from now, but it's a great starting point.
Thanks. So much obliged. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks, everybody.
Well, like Peter Calo, Guy Davis is one of the rare singer-songwriters from the acoustic folk world who've also made a home on Broadway. And I was there in the house. It was Finian's Rainbow. I actually went twice. And there was a scene, I didn't know Guy was in the audience, was in the cast. And there's this great scene between Guy and Alina Faye that stopped the show at the St. James Theater, which is one of the biggest Broadway theaters, has over 1,700 seats. And that's why I went back to see it again, because I loved the show for one thing, but I wanted to see if they could stop the show again, and they did. So it's such a thrill that he's here. Please welcome Guy Davis.
Thank you so much, MacDonald. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here at the Greenwich Village Folk Festival. None was as much fun as being at the live actual festival 20-something years ago. But hey, I look forward to that coming up. I'm going to start with a song that I wrote. It's called God's Gonna Make Things Over. This song is about the Tulsa, Oklahoma race massacre of 1921. Buried down in nameless graves. You know, God's gonna make things over one of these days. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. That's when the killing had just begun. You know, God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. W. Tate Brady was an evil man. He was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. You know, God's gonna make things over one of these days. Black folks begging down on their knees, white folks hanging them up in trees. You know, God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. There was money in Greenwood town. White folks burned it to the ground. You know, God's gonna make things over one of these days. Black doctor raised his hands up high, and they shot him just to watch him die. You know, God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. body burn. You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. When you hang me from a tree, raise me high so my people see. You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. Thank you. All I can say is I wrote it. I wrote it, and in the news, seems like every day we're seeing something that reflects an offshoot of that time to this time. I'm going to do another song. I'm going to take these finger picks off first and do another song. The song you just heard and this next one are both on an upcoming CD called Be Ready When I Call You, coming out June 4th. I hope that you can hear me okay. It's called Got Your Letter in My Pocket. Got your letter in my pocket, and your face stays on my mind. Well, I heard that you had a baby, and I didn't know the child was mine. No, I didn't know the child was mine. There've been days when I've gone hungry. There've been nights I've slept out in the pouring rain. There've been times when I spent hiding. I was scared somebody would call my name. I was scared somebody would call my name. Your husband came to see me. I lied right in your husband's face. I told him that I did not love you, and I didn't want to take his place. I didn't want to take his place. Ray. She's got a houseboat down on the river. Sometimes she lets me stay. Sometimes she lets me stay. Don't tell no one that you saw me. Don't tell nobody that I came around. I'll be leaving soon in the morning, and I won't say where I'm bound. No, I won't say where I'm bound. Got your letter in my pocket, and your face stays on my mind. Well, I heard that you had a baby, and I didn't know the child was mine. No, I didn't know the child was mine. Thank you all so very much for letting me share a little time and space with you this evening, you the observers, and also you, my comrades in music. This pandemic has been a very trying time for all of us. And we've been trying to make our way, doing the best we can. A lot of us, like Raleigh and Mary, we make fairly regular appearances on Facebook. I've got a live cast, I call it Coffee with Kokomo, on the Kokomo Kid Facebook page, and that's Kid with 2 D's, by the way. And we get to share music, and we share coffee. I even got my own coffee mug. And if you want to know anything about getting coffee mugs, a Kokomo coffee mug, just go to guydavis.com and talk to my manager, Tom. And $30 get one of these sent right to your door. And you'll be sitting sipping coffee out of an official Kokomo mug. That's not what's important, though. It's what we put in that mug, and that's lots of love. I think I'm going to wind things up with this harmonica. Christine, thanks for saying so much about Finian's Rainbow. That was a turning point in my life, to have that role that Sonny Terry had so many years ago, 1947. Finian's Rainbow, the original. Okay. Well, here goes. Just checking it for cornflakes. I'm going to do a song I wrote called New Shoes. Now, this is not a new song, but every time I do it, it feels new to me. I was wearing my old shoe, but I got on my new shoes now. I was wearing my old shoe, but I got on my new shoes now. And I feel like dancing, I feel like dancing. I was wearing my old clothes, but I got on my new clothes now. I was wearing my old clothes, but yes, I got on those new clothes now. And I feel like dancing, I feel like dancing. I was thinking my old thoughts, but I'm thinking my new thoughts now. I was thinking my old thoughts, but I'm thinking my new thoughts now. And I feel like dancing, I feel like dancing. When I got on my new shoes, and I'm wearing my new clothes, and I'm thinking my new thoughts, and I feel like dancing, I feel like dancing. Thank you. I've been waiting all year to do that.
Oh, that was delightful. Guy Davis, thank you so much. Oh, I can't wait till June 4th for that new album to come out. Be Ready When I Call You. And just those two songs that we heard tonight, it's going to be powerful. I can't wait to hear the rest.
Thank you very much, Ron. I really appreciate you stepping out and sending all of us artists out there.
Oh,
Folks.
Well, thank you. And thank you for waking us up every morning. What is it, 6 days a week you do that? And that mug, I got to call Tom and get me one because that looks like a big mug there that you could get me going all day.
Lots of caffeine.
Coffee with Kokomo every morning, Sunday through Friday, 10 a.m. And Guy Davis, thanks so much for being here tonight. It's always a treat to see you, and we'll be talking more. Guy Davis, wow, what a night this has been, and this festival every month is just a gem. You know, as I was watching tonight, I was thinking if we were actually all together, hopefully we will be soon, in a real theater, you know, we would expect to pay quite a bit for a ticket for something like this. The extraordinary talent that's put together, but this is a free concert, free for the community. But there is a tip jar. So I urge all of you out there, if you can afford a few bucks, I know this pandemic has been hard on all of us, but it's especially hard on artists who haven't toured. I mean, you heard Guy say he's been waiting all year to do that in front of a live audience, in front of everybody. And we want to get them back there. So if you can afford to go to the website, Greenwich Village Folk Festival.org. Remember, it's a 501c3 organization. Put a few dollars in, help support these artists, and help support this wonderful festival. It's been such a thrill to be here every year. Really, every month, it really brings a feeling of all the incredible music that has been produced in the village all these years, all these decades. And our final performer of the evening, well, he's a gem. He has helped inspire and give instruction to thousands of artists through his classic book that, believe it or not, came out in 1965. The now classic finger picking styles for guitar. And he's since written other books. He was also at one time editor of Sing Out magazine, and he created Homespun Tapes, a music instruction company that he and his wife Jane co-founded back in 1967. And it's a growing catalog of over 500 music lessons on DVDs, CDs, books, videos, downloads. Well, Happy grew up around the Washington Square Greenwich Village music scene of the 50s and 60s. He actually studied guitar with Brownie McGee, and he first entered a recording studio in 1963 when he and a group of artists recorded a now legendary album for Moses Ash's Folkways Records. It was an album called Broadsides. And his group, the New World Singers, made the very first recording of a Bob Dylan song that you might have heard of, called Blowin' in the Wind. And Bob Dylan would later invite him to record with him. And since then, Happy's recorded with so many major artists in our folk community. Now, his resume alone could take me all night to read, but I can say I have so many fond memories of watching his work with his late brother, Artie Traum, the collaborative recordings and performances of the Woodstock Mountains Review, and so much more. And in recent years, he's created an outstanding multimedia show called Coming of Age in the Greenwich Village Folk Revival and Woodstock Scene. And I highly recommend grabbing a ticket once this pandemic ends and he's touring again. And perhaps you can also catch him live on the internet. It is truly an honor to welcome to the Greenwich Village Folk Festival, the one and only Happy Traum.
Thanks so much. I did come of age in Washington Square at the Folk Revival and played music with some people who became lifelong friends. Many of them became well-known musicians. Thinking about the logo for the Greenwich Village Folk Festival is that iconic Washington Square arch. And I can remember so many times standing under that arch and playing music with people like some of these names, some of you might not remember, but Johnny Herald and Eric Weisberg and Tom Paley and Mike Seeger and Roger Sprung, and just on and on. I made lifelong friends in Washington Square. So doing a Greenwich Village Folk Festival is a special thing for me, and especially with this fantastic array of talent that just came before me. I think the reason I went last is because I'm probably the oldest one here, so they probably went according to age. Adam might be the youngest one, so he went first. I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking about what to do, and I thought of a song that I used to play, probably one of the first songs I ever learned in Washington Square when we were sitting around just jamming with everybody. It hasn't been part of my repertoire before, so I'm just sort of pulling this out of the hat because I remembered it. It's an old Woody Guthrie song called Standing Around New York Town One Day. And I just started playing around on the guitar, and I don't know, this is just sort of experimental. We'll see what comes out. But well, I was standing around New York Town one day. Standing around New York Town one day. Standing around New York Town one day. Hey, 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 hey. Well, I was broke, I did not have a dime. I was broke, I did not have a dime. I was broke, I did not have a dime. You know, every good man has a little hard luck sometimes. Yes, every good man has a little hard luck sometimes. Every good man has a little hard luck sometimes. Every good man has a little hard luck sometimes. Hey. the New York Morning Railroad. I'm gonna ride the New York morning train. I'm gonna ride the New York Morning Railroad, singing hey, 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 hey. Oh, 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 singing hey, hey, hey. Yeah, standing around New York town one day, standing around New York town one, standing around New York town one day. Hey, 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 hey. I'm playing again here. Singing hey, 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 hey. Well, what would a folk festival be without a song by Pete Seeger? Whoops. Oh, my keyboard just fell apart. Gotta find another one. Hold on.
I didn't know
This one works.
Maybe it was just 10.
This is one of my favorite Pete Seeger songs. I learned it off early on when I was first starting out playing these folk songs. Pete, of course, like everybody else, was a huge influence on me. The influence, really. And I had this little 10-inch LP that Folkways put out called the Goofing Off Suite. And Pete had this song on that, and I just loved what he did and figured out how he played it more or less. And then I came up with my own way of doing it. I never had a barrel of money. I never had a ruby red ring. All I ever had was you, babe, to sit and listen to me sing. I got those blues, those barrel of money blues. Well, I never had a barrel of money. I never had a big Cadillac. All I ever had was you, babe. That's a fact. I got those blues, those barrel of money blues. Well, money, 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 why can't I make the grade? I'm so broke, a dollar bill looks as big as a window shade. Some people got barrels of money and bushels of ruby red rings, but they haven't got you, babe, and they don't know how to sing. I got those blues, those barrel of money blues. When Pete played this on that old record, he did this really cool little solo. He went... money, bushels of ruby red rain. They haven't got you, pretty girl, and they don't know how to sing. I got those blues, those barrel of money blues. I got those blues, those barrel of money. Those empty pocket blues. Well, thinking about the those days back in Washington Square, I can't help but remember Dave Van Ronk. Some of you knew him, loved him. He was a huge influence on lots and lots of people. And he came up with this song. He actually learned it from Eric von Schmidt, who took it from an old prison song, but completely changed it around. But Dave was the one who really took it and gave it shape and form. And so once again, I'm doing something that I learned back probably in 1958, 59, 60, something like that. But just recently started to actually make some kind of an arrangement, although I never know quite what's going to come out. And it's a song I'm sure you all know. It's a really well-known song. Was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. Never had no money to pay for his fine. He was a friend of mine. He died on the road. He carried a heavy load. Just a poor boy, he was a long way from home. He was a friend of mine. He never done no harm. He never done no harm. Just a poor boy, a long way from home. He was a friend of mine. hung my head and cried. I hung my head and cried. Just a poor boy, he was never satisfied. Friend of mine, he was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. Never had no money to pay for his fine. A friend of mine. He was a friend of mine.
That's great, Happy. Hey, Happy, can we get you to do one more for us?
Oh gosh, I think that's all I know. Yeah, sure. I got a good one since it's getting so late.
Well, we're actually, we still got about 6 minutes till 10, so.
Oh, 10 o'clock is the cutoff? Okay. Let's see, something more up-tempo maybe? That was a little slow. Maybe for a closer I should do something a little...
That was beautiful.
Thank you. How about this? So this is a song by the great Norman Blake. Another one of my all-time favorites. So this is called the Church Street Blues. I think maybe I'll close off with something a little... Well, I had another one that was kind of slow and bluesy, but maybe this is a little better for a saying goodnight song. I've been hanging out uptown in the low-down rain, watching Good Time Charlie friend is driving me insane. And up on shady Charlotte Street where the green light turns red, wish I was back home on the farm, Lord, in my feather bed. Gonna get myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose these thin dime hard times, hell on Church Street Blues. Well, I found myself a paper friend. I read yesterday's news, folded up page 21 and I stuffed it in my shoe. And I paid a nickel to the poor, my good turn for the day. Then I folded up my old billfold and threw it far away. I'm gonna get myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose these thin dime hard times, hell on Church Street Blues. I wish I had some guitar strings, that old Black Diamond brand. I'd string up my Martin box and I'd go and join a band. But I guess I'm gonna sit down here, pick and sing a while, try to make me a little change and give you folks a smile. Gonna get myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose these thin dime hard time, hell on Church Street Blues. Gonna get myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose these thin dime hard times. Hell on Church Street blues, these thin dime hard times. Hell on Church Street blues.
Great tune, Happy. Thanks so much for being with us. How you doing there?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Rod.
Great set. Good to see you.
Thanks to everybody. The whole night was great. I loved everything.
Wonderful music, everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to bring Christine, Lavin, and Ron back on up here, and we're all going to say goodnight. Wonderful concert, absolutely, everybody. And a master class, as Christine has pointed out backstage here, in how to do it, I think is the way she put it. I'll tell you, I think we could bottle this one and sell it for guitar lessons online somewhere.
My favorite comment was from Raleigh Brown. He said back in 1966, he bought Happy Traum's first book. That's how he learned how to play. And here we are in 2021 and joining the master with his master pupil.
It's so amazing that we get to see this up close and personal. I mean, when you're sitting in a theater, you could be 20 rows back, but sitting here and seeing somebody like Happy and everybody in their living room is playing guitar, just unbelievable. I am so humbled watching all of these great artists, and what a great concept tonight. All the wonderful musicians, just perfect.